Peace, fam. Welcome to episode 1 of Ed in Africa. And I wanted to give y'all this update on Egypt and how everything's going. So let's get into it. Egypt is great. The people, the food, the nature, I love all of it. I guess first I'll kind of talk about how I even got here in the first place, which is not an accident, I'll say, but by divine timing, by intervention. Is I was originally supposed to go to Ethiopia, but because of the visa situation going on right now with their website, the government, whatever, I wasn't able to get over there. So it was a stop in Egypt. So I said, why not? I'll just go ahead and take that stop in Egypt. And the beautiful thing is that at the same time, my mentor Yasir Rahotep of Comedic Yoga is holding a retreat and like workshop seminar there right now. So it was beautiful to be able to actually be aligned with that 10-hour flight. So the itinerary for me was really fast paced, of course, because as soon as I got in, like on that Friday, that was when Yasir and his group was going to the pyramids. So I got in at 5:30, I believe, did my visa and the currency stuff, got over to my hotel, put my stuff down, and immediately got out to the pyramids of Giza, which was the first thing and first event we went to. I actually got there at a different time than the other group, so I was there solo. And once you get there, you see that it's like any other tourist destination. Essentially, is that you're gonna have people trying to guide you, trying to sell you things, but having a guide there is definitely recommended because you know which way to go, you know what tickets you're gonna need for what. So having a guide was great. I got to ride the camel. That was my first time riding a camel, and wow, those are some big ass animals. Like, you never realize how big some of these animals are until you actually get in person. So that was cool. Got some really good pictures on them. My guide was great. Saw all the pyramids. Got to see the Sphinx. That was also lovely, just being in that presence of, because it was actually covered on the dirt before, but now it's unearthed. So after that, I joined the group after like just some funny convincing and again flow, that I was gonna be able to go with them to eat this traditional lunch. Beautiful lunch, had a spread. It was similar for me in taste of like Mediterranean food. My favorite was probably the stuffed peppers. The juice is amazing and the fruits here are amazing. I'll tell you which one's my favorite in like 3 minutes. The service was great. Egyptians are very service oriented, family oriented, so I love that about that. You can really feel the love and compassion in each meal and interaction. Videos place. So we also went to Saqqara. Saqqara is an ancient burial grounds for royalty. So we got to see a bunch of the temples and hieroglyphics there as well. Also the false door. The false door was meant to entrap any trespassers. Bid them farewell, head back to my place. I'm staying downtown in Cairo, Egypt at this hostel. Got the room to myself, 3 beds, nice view and sound of the city. And that night I decided to go out. So going out on the city, as I said, it's kind of busy here. It's kind of akin to New York City without the rats. I'm kidding. So it's, real busy. There's lots of people walking around. There's vendors everywhere. There's people on the street selling clothes and food items. There's restaurants. There are shops everywhere you walk. So that was really interesting. I just kind of strolled around to go find some herbs. And I was able to find some herbs. And with those herbs, they have lots of like herb stores that you can, get your tools from. So I was able to work with that. The next day was the Egyptian Museum. So the Egyptian Museum was a beautiful sight to see how these things were preserved, to see, how to see these sarcophaguses, to see all of the wonders and beauty that, they brought from the pyramids and have been well preserved. Lots of the statues and symbols, hieroglyphs in there. Love to see that. After that, we had another traditional Egyptian lunch. Beautiful again. Then real fun, right? We went first to this oil shop where they cold press oils, the scents of flowers and other flowers and herbs. And of course, these do not have alcohol in them. They are just pure. So we got to look at the process and also buy some of our own. So I got blue lotus flower. I'll show that later. It is like just pure, beautiful. I got another one too. Then we went to the papyrus shop, and the papyrus shop was where they showed you how they cut the papyrus leaf or the stem and actually turn it into paper. So essentially you cut it all up, then you press it down to clamp it, do whatever you gotta do to tie it and make sure it stays together. After that, it's almost waterproof. I hope I have a video of that thing being waterproof. But after that, back to their hotel where they were staying at, I played pool 2 times. Somehow the universe decided that it didn't want me to win. I didn't lose, but I just did not win like 2 times. Crazy. Had a good night of communing and being with some tribe. Then I went back to my place that next morning because they were headed out to Aswan and Luxor, where I'm headed next. So stay updated. It was beautiful to hear the prayer call. I think it was Fajr in the rising, and just to be in that energy, that to be reminded to be called to prayer. So the next day, that would have been Sunday now, I got to kind of kick it in Cairo and do my own schedule, not with the group or anything. And the thing about it, I don't speak Arabic, but the language of hands, the language of smiles and gestures, that's what worked. I also use Google Translate. Now, I didn't always say what I saw on Google Translate, but sometimes I just showed them in Arabic. They could read that. It was a little tedious, but hey, the phone signal works out here. You got plenty signal. Ubers, oh wow. Ubers are abundant in Cairo, and I personally would suggest doing that because they're super cheap. I'm actually not even sure like how they're making money, but like when I say cheap, I'm gonna put it up here. Y'all see how cheap this is? Like crazy. So for me, as like a single athletic looking brown man, I don't really have too much issue with safety. I actually feel comfortable traveling the entire world as I do alone. But to be quite honest, for women, I would not say the same thing always to go alone here. You probably will be best suited to come with your friend, or make sure you have a trusted tour guide down here. That's just the honest truth. So everything is very affordable here, much more than America. And as I said, the Ubers are very affordable. The fruit, the pomegranate. So look, you know how you get a fruit cup in America? It's like this big. It'd be like $5. Y'all, here they got pomegranate, which is my favorite. Like, it's so juicy down over here. My God. That is 30 cents for that same size cup. So, like, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. So as I said, Cairo's a great city. I love being immersed in this city, in this like village, in this type of energy for the time being. And I look forward to going to Aswan and Luxor. So stay tuned and see you soon. Thanks for watching. And if you did happen to peep this lovely necklace, this is by Maharaj Jamor. I hope I said that right. I'll tag him in the comments on IG. This is a protection necklace. Mirror sending that energy back. Lots of different protection crystals. If you would like to sponsor my next video, then please contact me on IG, Twitter, or at the email below. Ed's in Africa, Ed's in Africa, and we went to Egypt first. I pity the fool who ain't following me.